Hello everyone, Equipment War here, and welcome to my build guide for my new improved Lightning Arrow Ranger. New passive skill tree and its changes actually made this character more powerful than before. I have more survivability than before, and overall is a more powerful character. So I'm gonna go over my passive skill tree, I'm gonna go over my gear and the gems I'm using. And as usual, if you have any questions about the build, please feel free to ask them in the comments. So let's take a look at my passive skill tree, my gear and the gems I'm using. And as usual, if you have any questions about the build or the build guide, or if it's something you don't understand or something you have a question about, feel free to ask me in the comments and I'm going to do my best to answer them. So let's take a look at our passive skill tree. Starting as a ranger, first thing I recommend doing when you start leveling a character like this is take all of the evasion and life moves here. Also take fitness and take Heart of Oak. That will give you a good amount of protection when you start leveling your character. Then start taking the projectile damage. And projectile damage and attack speed. And all of this other projectile damage, take ballistic mastery. Take this bow damage node, aspect of the eagle. Take all this bow nodes here. Take aspect of the lynx, which are very nice nodes. Give you movement speed, physical damage with attacks, increased crit chance, and also some dexterity and intelligence. Take survivalist, then take heart seeker, take deadly draw, and what I'm saying, take heavy draw and deadly draw. Also take herbalism. And I just went down here to take lichery, go this way. And then don't forget to pick up this bow critical strike chance. But before you go any longer this way, I went this way up here to take blood drinker. I took nullification, which increases your evasion rating, your life, your energy shield. You don't need energy shield, but all of the other nodes are nice. I also give you some resistance. I took a sniper. I took Fangs of the Viper, so a really nice damage note. I took Wheel of Blades, which actually, despite the name, it actually gives damage to your bow, because it increases your physical damage, and also your crit chance. I took Coordination, which gives you a very nice attack speed boost. I also took a Blood Sculpture, Trickstery, crit chance, assassination, and another crit chance. Then I went down this way again. I went down here to take up King of the Hill. I'm on this way because I'm going to pick up a thick skin, and if you're playing hardcore, take thick skin first thing you do when you're going this way to take thick skin, because you always want more life in any builds. I actually are an Iron Reflexes character, so I took Iron Reflexes because I'm using armor instead of evasion. I have Vitality Void, and I have Spirit Void. Forget that increase to get some mana when I'm hitting enemies, and get some life when I'm hitting enemies. I took a Cloak and Chain. I have Gordon's Blood and all these life nodes here. If you want sockets, you can take this one without any problems. I took Fury Bolts, which are a very nice node. I took Art of the Gladiator, and I took Bravery. By the way, you can do this build as a duelist without any problem. You just take this attack speed here, take this armor, evasion and life, and take this attack speed here, and then build just the same. And you can do it as a shadow as well if you're taking this physical damage and life. You can also take this elemental damage, and when you're getting here, you can either take the physical damage or the attack speed, or both of them. That depends what character you will start with. And that's pretty much my skill tree. If you have any question about the skill tree, feel free to ask me in the comments. So let's take a look at our gear. I'm gonna start with the most fun thing, which are the bow. Using this bow here, it's a decent crit bow. Try to get if you're gonna go for a rare bow, try to get a bow with high physical, high crit chance, and high attack speed. which are a little bit hard to come by, especially the high attack speed, but you will usually get a good bow. An alternative to this bow is actually this unique bow here, which are Linus Glare, which are an excellent bow to use. It's not that expensive anymore. It gives a good amount of physical damage. It is a very fast bow, but it isn't a crit bow, so it has a little bit low crit chance. Nevertheless, its attack you made with this bow can't miss an enemy, so you don't need any accuracy by using this bow. So we're gonna go Mother Gear using these gloves here, which again give you life and resistance. Using this ring here, it's a pretty nice ring, life and resistance, also some intelligence, which are really nice. This helmet here, again, life and resistance, and pretty good armor. This armor here, which actually are Destiny leather, it's actually a really nice one. It gives me a good amount of life and gives me some good resistance and a good amount of evasion weapon, which actually are made into armor thanks to the passive keystone I took, which are iron reflexes. Using this belt here, Melagor Nord, I can't pronounce it, I'm sorry. But this belt here is a really good belt to give you a huge amount of damage, also some life, some small amount of resistance. But if you're gonna get a rare belt, try to get a rustic stash with good life and good resistance on it. I'm using this ring here, which are nothing special at all. Could be better, but it's good enough. Again, try to get life and resistance. I'm using this amulet here, which actually don't give me any life, but give a good amount of crit strike multiplier, which are nice. And finally, I'm using this quiver here, which give me a weapon elemental damage, increased global critical strike multiplier, life, resistance, and increased global critical strike chance. If you're gonna get another quiver you can use is actually drill neck, which are pretty much one of the best quivers in the game. That's pretty much my gear. So now I'm gonna go over my skill gems I'm using, and by the way, all of the skill gems I have here you can get by doing quest rewards in town. So if you want some of these skill gems, you will get them by just doing quests to the town, and then you can buy them in town, and you even get them through rewards. So the first thing I'm gonna have is my main damage skill, which are lightning arrow, which are supported by greater multiple projectiles, physical projectile attack damage, weapon elemental damage, and faster attacks. My other single target setup, it is burning arrow, which are supported by weapon elemental damage, physical projectile attack damage, and slower projectiles. Because when you shooting an enemy, it doesn't. When you're shooting a single target, it doesn't matter that the projectiles going slow, because you will do a more absurd amount of damage to the enemies. I'm using some mana reserves or auras. The first one, it is hatred, which are very powerful aura, give you a huge amount of damage. And I'm using Hell of Ash, which also give I think it is 50% increased damage, gain 50% of your physical damage as extra fire damage, which are nice. I also have a Grace if I gonna fight enemy which maybe getting too close to me, then I'm using Grace to get some more armor. Other things I'm using Blink Arrow, which are actually my main way of getting out of bad situations. It's just like a teleport arrow. You just shoot away, and then you will, when the arrow hits the ground, you will instantly teleport to that place, which are very, very useful. And it actually leaves a clone of you, which actually attacks and destructs enemies. And it is supported by by fast attacks. Some other games are just this physical to lightning. I just leveling it up. I have a Mortal Call and cast one damage taken setup. And you have a life gain on hit, which I actually just leveling up. And that's pretty much my skill game. And again, if you have any questions about the build, please feel free to ask me in the comments, and I will be really happy to answer them. And I'm going to do some more build guides will come up, so stay tuned and maybe subscribe if you want to see more of my build guides. I'm also gonna do some gameplay, and I'm gonna do a whole bunch of gameplay with this character here. I'm gonna do some maps with this later, but that will be another video. Anyway, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Take care everyone, and thanks for watching.